Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back. That's right. The OJ Power Hour back after a long hiatus. Fall League has took us off the air for a bit, but we promise we'll be back. And we have delivered. Jay, oh my word, sir. I'm happy to see you. I'm good to have you here, but my word, you sound I thought you had a new mic. Turns out no, you're just still fighting whatever you've been fighting.
It's not a new mic, it's laryngitis.
Well, don't you worry.
Same thing.
Hey, you got the resident loudmouth anyways. You don't have to worry about a thing. Oh boy, it's been a hectic couple of we haven't been on air for I want to say
3 weeks, 4 weeks.
About a month, but a good month. It's been a while. And this is episode 20. We're back on episode 20. Yeah, we've both been competing in the fall league. Lots of fun there. It was good. Yeah, a lot going on.
It's just been crazy around here.
Well, I mean, it's that time of year, and everything's getting geared up and ready to go for the next big thing on the agenda. Yeah, and we have new stuff coming up. This is new this year. So anyone who's been keeping an eye on the Power Hour channel and keeping an eye on the shout outs and everything, looks like we're gonna the Duckling Rally is coming up. Ellie, you've seen it in the schedule. It's something new. Tonight we're going to talk to the Dons themselves. Once again, they're back. I don't know how we convinced them. They just it's one of those things. But they're back, and we're going to have a little
punishment or something.
Well, apparently we can draw in a crowd. That's what I've been told. Yeah, so we're going to have a talk to them, and we're going to talk about that. There's a lot of stuff to go over. It's been a good month. So there's a lot of changes to what's been going on, some winners to announce, some stuff to deal with. It's going to be an interesting show. And at the very end, there will be a special notion or a special shout out to an upcoming Power Hour episode that, yes, you as the audience can be a part of. But we will get to that. Jay, is there anything in your new dulcet tones you would like to add?
Not really. You hit it most. The only thing I have to add is it's been a while since we've had an ad.
Yeah, we have.
So is it time for an ad?
I think it's time. We still don't have some. We'll have new ones someday. I promise.
The last month has been crazy.
It's been busy. I think everyone out there can understand. But we still have our ads, and let's roll that ad.
Lupa 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 lupa. Lupa 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 Loopa loopa loop, loopa loopa. Loopa loopa loop, loopa 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 loopa. Loopa loopa loopa.
And we are back once again. Everyone's new favorite ad, the Loopa 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 ad. It's fantastic. Everyone loves it. But yes, we are joined by the Dawns themselves. It is Serisan and Luffy back for round 2. Although I think for one of you it's round 3. I cannot remember. It's
Something
been a
like
while.
that.
Gentlemen, we are happy to have you here. How are you doing tonight?
It's been a little crazy.
Yeah, life,
Yeah.
like you said, a lot going on. But good to be here with friends. Always happy to be a part of this.
We are absolutely wonderfully happy to have you guys back on. It's been far too long. So I guess the first question, way back in the day, I know there used to be a double duckling class. Back in the day, there used to be two duckling derbies. This year is the first year that I've been around to see this rally. So what was the incentive behind adding another event for the ducklings?
It actually was in the suggestion box.
Nice.
We listen.
Yeah,
do.
so the two boot camp reality of the past, which at this point was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Maybe we did 2 in 2011 or 2021 rather.
I think that was the last year.
Yeah.
Was our first year doing this. Yeah.
So when you think about what our calendar looks like right now, which is
it's packed.
there's always something, right? Like, there are communities that constantly have like 2, 3, 4 events, and they're like staggered. There's always something starting,
Mhm.
whereas we like to start and finish a thing before going on to the next thing because we have crew burnout and racer burnout.
Yeah.
Even today, everybody kind of has to pick and choose the events they are really interested in. But
Mhm.
when we partially listened in the suggestion box, but partially, just throughout the year, what do people say? There was an appetite for something for the ducklings kind of at the midway.
Yeah.
And when you think about where the derby is, that started in the late April, early May.
Mhm.
Well,
Mhm.
so this is like quite literally 6 months after
Yeah.
is where we're starting this rally. And yeah, exciting times, some new things, a little bit more advanced things.
Yeah. And a lot of the ideas here is like this is going to be a new thing that's pretty cool. It's going to be some different rules. Saracen really put some time into this. I've done some reading on it. It looks like a lot of fun. It's going to be casual, entertaining, yet also competitive, which is a really great thing to have. And just to kind of get your feet wet and try things out, and just see what that racing feels like. It's we all started here at some point. And it's really good, I think, to have something else for them. Like you said, it's like the midway point, like almost like a how you doing so far kind of thing.
And one of the things that I like about this format is we're doing more of this move towards async racing,
Mm-hmm.
where we have a limited time frame for people to submit their VODs, and then we're going to be doing a vodcast of the top four. So when you actually watch the stream and you've got four streams up there, it's going to be the competitive top end of the group for each of those weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still also going to have time to practice the flags. You're going to see what they are on the Sunday nights. You'll get them on the Monday morning. And then Thursday morning is when it's going to open up, if I'm remembering everything correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But Thursday will be the submission form and the actual seed for the week.
Yeah.
Well, that
Yeah.
actually leads right into the next question.
Yep.
So this is a different race than a lot of people are used to. It's an async race, and the first one I believe that I remember for the ducklings, at least when my class was there, we didn't have any async races, just the weeklies.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe what are the basics for this async race for ducklings who are just newly hatched, so to speak?
Um, it's honestly, if you've seen any of the Lefenian ladder, Lefenish ladder, LL.
Lothian.
All the
Yeah,
above.
the
Yeah,
LL.
yeah.
They operate a lot of the stuff on the same kind of basis, other than the challenge stuff. But the idea is you're going to record your race. So you're going to get the seed. You're going to download the seed. You're going to say, I'm going to do this whenever it's convenient to me. You're going to record it and you're going to upload it. And when you finish, you're going to take the wherever you uploaded it to, and you're going to paste it into a little submission form, send it in. The
Mm-hmm.
submission form is linked on the wiki page that is up on screen right now. But the idea on this is it's just so much easier to coordinate, especially this time of year. We've got holidays, US Thanksgiving is going to be happening over the top of one of these races, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
literally that day.
you're gonna have 60 hours, if I'm remembering right, to submit your time for this.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
so realistically, you've got a fairly significant amount of window to pick up the seed, give it a shot, submit your time.
Yeah.
You're going to get practices beforehand because the Duckling Weekly is going to be whatever the flags are for that week. You'll have a reveal stream to show it off from a veteran runner, and we're going to talk over the top of them because that's what Luffy and I do.
Yeah. Yep. That's what we're
Uh,
good at.
but yeah, the whole event format is really nice. We only started doing async races with uh, the ladder, so
Yeah.
like this is kind of still experimental to us,
Yeah.
but it opens up a lot of opportunities. Like we've got Fellison in the community, and Fellison is in France.
Yeah. We
How
got.
do you deal with EU time? Well, I mean, we've got a couple of folks over there, and every one of them is like, "Man, I wish I could race."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
We,
yeah.
we have some friends that are even in Australia. Like,
Right, exactly.
we understand, like, not the majority of us are within a 3-hour time window of the continental U.S.
Mhm.
Canada general area within a 3-hour time window, but not everybody who plays this game is. And it can be unfortunate for someone like Bellison or someone like Peasants in Australia who has to kind of pick and choose, like Serisan said, what race they're going to do, what time they can do it, can they participate, can they commit. It gives them a little bit of a leeway to kind of scratch that competitive itch, but also within a structure that can be validated and can be like truthful to a racing format.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of goes over the next question of what's the difference between the rally and the derby, because
Look how prepared we are.
you were definitely prepared.
Do you have our
So
notes? What?
we do. So as you've just seen on the screen with the wiki, there is no information about any of the seeds. You guys don't know. No duckling will know what they're going to get. So
I was
I have,
surprised when I saw that as well, by the way.
yeah. So I have to ask. Is there any preview, any secrets you can leak to the community now? Just a little something, maybe.
Maybe just a little taste.
Little
Yeah,
taste, yeah.
Jay, if you wanna bring that up real quick.
We do it. Yep. There's your
Yeah.
spoilers.
There's your spoilers.
Yep.
We
So
are
there is-
4.8.4.
Oh, gotta hide him. Gotta hide him.
Yep.
4.8.5 to start next week. Don't worry.
I mean, that's not. Don't hold your breath.
I'm not wrong, probably.
I'm not gonna judge one way or the other, but I'm not updating.
Yeah, no,
I knew that.
our devs are amazing. They do some great work, but sometimes we humble people that play cannot keep up with keeping things organized.
Speaking for the devs, I can say sometimes we don't either. It's just the reality. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And looking forward to where things are coming up.
Yeah,
We do
for
have
sure.
Windfox as our guest runner for this upcoming Sunday, which is the first reveal stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was funny. Again, you've just led perfectly into the next question. So yeah, there's going to be one veteran running on each of these reveal streams, and you just revealed the first one. Are there any other previews of which veterans are going to be running?
So the other four, I'll just give names, because names are not
Mhm.
super helpful all the time. But
Nope.
Yeah.
we got DM Stewart, we got Fry Teeth, Sonny Wrath, and Chanigan as our
Mhm.
other guest runner.
Ooh.
Yeah. Some
Interesting.
pretty choice names of who's
Yes.
who of the Final Fantasy community helping us. So you
Yeah.
guys you should be sitting there with bated breath and also with a touch of trepidation, I think.
Yes,
A little bit
be
of fear.
aware.
Yeah,
Be aware.
I think that each of our guest runners have flags that are well suited to them. I mean,
Yeah.
I made them not really thinking about specific runners, and then, I put out like a call for volunteers about 4 weeks ago,
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah.
So these runners have the flags; they know what they're getting into. They agreed to what they wanted, more or less. They gave me what are the weeks that we like.
Yeah.
And that was without actually seeing the flags. They were just like, "Oh, what's my descriptor?" Okay, well, everything has a 1 to 3 word descriptor of what the flags are about. And
Yeah.
Well, that's at least something, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there are some surprises even within that.
You can glean quite a bit just from that little bit. I'll just
Mhm.
put it that way.
Yeah, if you know anything about these runners,
Get a
things
couple
that they're
clues
good
there.
at, right?
Yeah, there's definitely some clues. There is a wild card in there, though. There's definitely a wild card.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking about that runner and thinking, what do you have in store with that?
Oh,
Yeah.
you just have to wait and find out.
It's
I'm
funny because you could call any of those 5 a wild card, and I
Oh,
would
yeah.
have called you for it.
Yeah, I
True.
think there's one in mind in particular that I think people are like, so we'll see. I
Which
know
way
I
is
have
this
one.
going? Yeah.
I have one
Yeah.
in particular where I'm like, oh god, I know what this person does. I can't wait to see what this does.
Yeah, I know at least what 2 of them do. There's 2 that I know. It's like, yeah, I know these 2 are really good at this particular thing. But there's one runner in there, and I'm just like, I know how they run, and I don't know what their
What? Yeah.
speciality is. Because they're just
I
like
love it.
all around good runner. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So the big thing is, so all the ducklings can participate in this.
Mhm.
Do you have any tips? Any little toss it out there freebies? Like, hey guys, like, listen, here's some things that I, as the crafter of the flags, I'm going to tell you.
Um, so I guess the first thing that I'm going to say is just because we put out the practice seed in the Duckling Weekly doesn't mean that that has to be your only practice seed.
Mm.
Roll a
Yeah.
couple, play
Yeah.
around, and really
Mhm.
think about your strategies on them, because some of them are a little bit divergent in ways that you might not expect them to be divergent.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful with them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're
Interesting.
getting a practice for a reason. You're getting a few days for a reason.
Right.
There's design by this. These aren't what you normally would walk into straight away with picking the game up. This is something that you have a general grasp of what you're doing, and just patience a little bit and really think about it, because like Sarah said, you can attack things in a few different ways.
And
The
just
the other
yeah.
the other toss out here, and I think this is worth remembering, is a lot of the core lessons of the boot camp recordings are going to be valuable,
Mm-hmm.
but I specifically made these flags to be just a little bit more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is I wanted the ducks who went through the last boot camp or who went through the prior boot
Mm-hmm.
and are still ducks to have something that is engaging and challenging,
Yeah.
but not overwhelm our newer ducks.
You don't
And
want.
I
Yeah.
want to toss out there, by the way, we've had some real interesting new ducks pop into the scene in the
Oh, yeah.
last month and a half.
Definitely. Most definitely.
You got you keep restoring my faith in the community every time I see new faces in there. Like it makes
True.
me so happy to be a part of what we do.
Mhm.
I mean, also instill just a little bit of fear in the heart too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Well,
just
Definitely.
we teach you how to beat us specifically. And,
Yeah,
we love to watch ourselves lose because the game is unforgiving, but we are.
Mhm. No, true
And
enough. I mean, we're all sitting here. At least I know I was a graduate of the program. Jay is a graduate of the program.
Mhm.
Pretty sure you both are as well.
Yeah.
Back in the
same
day when you
year
guys
for
didn't run it.
both guys, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Then I kind of just walked myself into the room one day when I was an admin, like, hey, I can help with this. And then,
Yep.
the same thing happened with Saracen. And then here we are all these years later.
It's weird, but it's
But
a
You make
progression.
you make some good friends in this community.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.
I've been friends with some of these people here for years, and we talk outside of this community, and we do things outside of this community. We've met in real life. Like, you make some real cool friends around here, and it's great to have that healthy competition as
Mhm.
well amongst your
Mhm.
peers. This will really scratch that itch for people, because you see some of the new faces in there, and then you see like people like, oh, I'm running this week of boot camp, or I'm watching this video of boot camp. Like, there's a
Mhm.
reason these are designed a little bit more advanced, because like some of you came in at the end or too late to do the boot camp, but you've been picking up on the things that we're leaving behind. You've been following those
Right.
breadcrumbs.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we're going to give you a little something that's not like recycled back at you, but it'll still teach you a little something.
And side note on something Saracen said a bit ago, if in case you don't know, if you pull up the flags, you can just go here to seed, click new, and it gives you a completely different randomized ROM for that, still using those same settings, so you can practice it.
When you guys see me rolling dice in the room, that's what I'm doing.
Oh,
How
I knew.
many times are you going to spam the new button before you hit generate?
Mm-hmm.
I
is that
spam
it?
until I see a double number. That's mine.
Yeah,
I-
always
I-
roll a d16.
I just tend to hit it a couple of times, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, my reputation in the community is now very well known for what I roll. Unfortunately, I think the only person who has a reputation that compares to this is Danny. The
She's
tournament.
the mother of all of the. She's the
oh, yeah.
mother of all pain.
No, I
So,
can't. But I
we love
mean,
her to death.
after the tournament of champions, some of the things that came out of there, I mean, was just like so bad, and I take all the
So
credit for
bad.
it in the world.
It was
Danny,
awesome.
Danny has her spiders.
Yeah.
Lodo has his wolf pack, and
Yeah.
I like that. I do have a couple of extra questions I just thought of.
Mhm.
First of all, the winner of the rally, do they graduate?
I have to assume yes.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. When it comes to the tournament administration portion of it, that's all Dark Moon's territory, and I just leave it to him.
Of course it is. And
Like,
of course,
I feel like they have at least earned the right to make their own choice at that,
True.
juncture. Most of we feel like, we say like if you place in the top 4 of something, or if you go through the program, you're a graduate. We're not going to make you do anything that you're not ready for. Could you graduate? Sure, but I mean, when you're ready, you're ready.
true. And we actually have a question in chat.
yeah.
Will someone run the race seed like Serisan does in the Duckling Weekly? So will you be vetting the seed, or is it just here's your random roll, have fun?
So for the actual race,
Mhm.
I do not intend to vet the seat,
Yeah.
and that is, perhaps that is the hubris of my flag crafting right there. I did actually nerf one of the flag sets after I sent it out, so keep
Ooh.
that in mind. But I think honestly, I would prefer not to vet the seed
Yeah.
in the practice as well.
Yeah.
And the rationale that I have on that is, it's not about, the cruelty or whatever of the randomizer, but the idea that not every seed is safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
True. Very true.
If
And
you guys knew what we had to go through to make sure that some of these were digestible for you, there have been times I've been 45 minutes into something and hit a brick wall and had to start all over.
Mhm, mhm.
so,
It's about time you see how the rest of us live every now and again.
so there was a flag set that I remember vetting almost a year ago at this point, I think, where I windmill slammed the generate a new seed button 15 minutes in 5 times in a row because the run failed at Marsh every time. Right? And it was like exceptionally cruel. Like, oh yeah, you get to Marsh and it's all fine, and then ambush nuke wizards at the spike tile.
Oh,
And then
lovely. Just lovely.
Yes.
That's what you want.
I need that incentive item to move on. Thanks,
Good luck.
game. I'm not putting that in front of ducks, right? Like,
No.
that's just cruel.
That is
And
mean. That is mean.
and we know that that's going to happen sometimes.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but honestly, there are enough ways in this game to work around a problem
Mhm.
Yeah.
that we want this slightly more advanced, and also because it's async, like, you don't have to feel pressure like, oh, I'm on broadcast and I don't want to waste everybody's time if I do it poorly.
Yeah.
No, like, run the race, finish if you can, right? Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will say these are all very completable flag sets, but sometimes you need to, figure out what the elbow grease is for the situation. Like,
There's a reason you're getting a practice,
right. And
realistically.
I mean, like, if any of you watched SGL, the thief punch, like where I buffed up the
Yes.
thief to punch out iron goals, like,
Yep.
sometimes you need to think outside the box like that and really play with the toolkit. And I think that these flags are still good for that. And they'll test you a little. They'll test you in strange ways.
Yeah.
So I guess the next question is, as I say this with just the tiniest bit of bitterness in my voice, does the winner get a title?
Probably.
Yeah.
We'll probably make one up.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're gonna get you will be compensated for your victory. We'll put it that way. We never don't give you something at the end. There's always gonna be a carrot. And
I know.
So,
you know,
there is a title. Duckling Rally Champ is
There you
the
go.
title.
Is
in
already
the
made. Nice.
Dark Moon is also giving the top 3 finishers themed profile pictures. If you've never noticed, there are folks that have duck themed profile
Mhm.
pictures.
I love
Those
my
are
duck.
people who have won, or top 4 or whatever of a duckling derby. And then there's the Platy Party. And the Platy Party is now a fierce competition.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
I
Oh, it
cannot
is.
wait for the next one. Oh,
That's gonna
yeah.
I'm scared.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot wait. I don't have inventories anymore. My overnights are done. You guys are in trouble.
I'm glad I got my platy last year. I'm glad I got mine.
Yeah, the platypus themed profile pics are not nearly as numerous as the
Yeah.
duck,
No,
but
pretty
every
exceptional.
one of us loves them.
I
Yeah.
believe it's top 3. The top 3 in the Platy Party get the platypus pictures. That's
Yeah.
it.
So
I
It's
love
their
my
fair.
ugly Metroid ducks so much. That is
Oh,
the
it's
greatest gift Dark Moon ever gave me is that ugly Metroid duck, and I love every bit of it.
no, it's yeah. So it's one of those things. My first duckling derby, I got 4th and was immediately removed from the program. It's like great, I'll never be able to get that title. Awesome.
I think there everybody who is force graduated out of the duckling role ends up having a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And I think the
absolutely.
value of the story exceeds the value of being able to go back and do
Yeah.
the duckling program.
Most
Mhm.
most
Totally.
definitely. I've said it on the show at least 10 times that from the time I entered the derby, it was less than a year that I went from duckling to platypus to planning committee to moderator to podcast. Your results may vary, but you can go
Yeah.
as far as you want to take it.
Yeah.
And developer.
And
Yeah.
yes, and working on the dev side. So
Mm.
yeah, you can go as far as you want to go in this community. We are again, the rally was a suggestion.
Mhm.
Most of the flags that I built into the randomizer were Saracen's suggestions. So he tends to get what he wants.
I mean, the alt fiends were all you, man.
No, yeah.
I
That's
mean that was I'm not taking any
no.
blame or credit for that.
Lame. I like that. I like that.
But though, I mean, Bubbles is very special to
Oh,
certain members of the community.
very much
And
so. Very much so. I will never forget that race. That was a great one. I enjoyed that moment explicitly very
so
much.
Winfox mentioning that he wants to leak part of his flags. And now I can't remember if I've said this on the broadcast yet, but there is a bug in one flag set, and I'm leaving it in because I think it's funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
It it is not a negative bug, which is
Mhm.
why it's funny, right? Like
Mhm.
it's a bug in your favor.
Mhm.
Um,
Try to find
Wait,
it.
we're leaking flags. There you go. Yep.
Yep. Win Fox, which one's yours? Yes.
Winfox's is the first one
It
because
Yeah.
it's
is.
on the
Oh,
10th.
okay, yep, Win Fox the first one. So that first one, that's all you're getting. And
Mhm.
there's
Yep.
a bug, and it's in your favor. So enjoy
Yep.
that.
Yep.
A gift.
A
A, a
gift.
s- a slight gift from the Dawns to say, hey, it's not going to be nearly as bad as you think. Although Fade Nuclear Double Dragon,
Oof.
I don't think Saracen's that mean.
There is a
Um,
solution for that also, though.
there,
Yeah.
I
There
mean, there
is.
is.
You just don't like it.
It's highly unpleasant. It's not the flags you want, that's for sure.
Mhm.
So, now that you've got me thinking about this, I am going to
Uh-oh.
check one thing real quick.
We got him thinking.
You got
That's
me
scary.
thinking.
Winfox, see what you did.
Well, technically, we brought it up, so I mean, fair is fair.
Actually, it was Fellison in this case.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it would be the Fade Nuclear Double Dragons. Oh, I think I know what you're checking.
there is only one flag set with an alt final boss, and it is not Double Dragon.
Hmm.
Okay.
There's your other league. That's what you get.
Now,
Cries and Fun
I
Dead.
yeah, I was gonna say I can imagine that there's certain things that it is not, but I don't know. I honestly don't.
Yeah,
Now,
I do want to say Jay and Oslodo do
Right.
not actually have. I don't think either of you have access to the sheet.
nope,
Nope.
not at all.
Well, Jay might have
Jay
access
might.
to the
It's
section that it's in,
that
but I
channel
don't
is
know if I
muted.
ever gained access.
I don't go into channels I'm not in. So that's muted.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hey, I'm the same way. Like,
Yep.
you had me on the podcast back during the last boot camp,
Yep.
and then I promptly removed the role so I would no longer see your channel.
Yep.
No, I have no way of seeing these. I have no idea what you're doing, except the very bare bones basics that I can
Mhm.
glean from what you've just said. That's all I
Ditto.
got at this point.
Ditto.
Yeah.
That, but that
The other thing is they are mostly standard-ish.
that's what I was gonna say. To be
You
fair, I
wouldn't.
imagine that most of them aren't insanity.
Yeah.
There's
So
no iron goal or rank stuff coming your way. None of that old fashioned, course of pain. This is
Ale.
and
it's just educational.
It's
and
not
it's
ale.
there's no Nova World, there's no Deep Dungeon, there's no Proc Gen. Like these are standard-ish.
You can digest
Ish.
them.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not gonna throw you into the deep end without some kind of process.
Well, you're a duck. You're gonna float, but you'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. Of course you will. So normally at this point in the segment, we'd be asking some pulp questions, but we've had both of you gentlemen on before already, so there's no point in going over the same things twice. However,
Uh-oh.
we have a mailbag question that's been sitting there for quite some time because,
Yeah.
well, we've been off air for quite some time. So we will ask the mailbag question to everyone in the chat. So I guess since Saracen is right below me, I'll start with him. The question: since the topic of best sword is so divisive, what is the best non-sword?
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Hmm.
It's tough call.
There's a cheating answer to this. but
There
I don't
is a
know.
cheating
There
answer.
is.
And
There is.
There's a
the
correct
cheating answer
answer.
is that the Masamune is not a sword; it's a dagger. But
Hmm.
we're gonna ignore that. Okay. Best non-sword. Whew,
That's this tough
what a
one.
weird question. I think I have to go with the light axe.
Oh, the axe. Okay. Okay.
Like the light axe is an all-around good thing. Like, you toss it on the white mage for the harm casts.
Mhm.
It's a decent enough weapon for the fighter, even if it doesn't have a lot of hit.
What's a
If it
white
had better-
mage?
If it had better accuracy, it would be
Yeah, the
quite.
accuracy's
It would be a
garbage.
decent end game weapon, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've used it to finish off seeds.
Mhm.
It's
So have
not
I.
great, but
Yep.
So
Yep.
have I.
it's
Yep.
good.
So I've done it too. It's not
Mhm.
pleasant, but you do it. Enough
Yeah.
lock casts will make it work.
The correct
Luke?
answer though is fist.
That's
is-
that's
Yeah.
the answer.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
That was the
Black-
cheating answer for me.
that is the
that-
correct answer.
that is it. The black belt fist is one of those things. Now, to be fair, the power staff, which we have changed to the Rue staff, is not a bad weapon either. It is one of the strongest staves in the game.
That's true. That's true.
Why you'd swing it, I've seen people swing metal staffs a lot in the early game.
All right, here's the other counterpoint is Thor hammer
That's
when somebody has improved Thor.
Oh, when someone has
yeah.
improved Thor, it is. But
that's what I was
it-
going to say. I have beaten Chaos with improved Thor.
Yep.
So the
hmm.
I have a GIF where a level 1 fighter hit Garland for like 300 some damage because improved Thor and plus 40 strength is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Now, I will say, if you have the thief with dual wield knives, two silver knives is actually really, really dangerous. In the early game, it falls off late game, but early game, fantastic.
I'm excited for whatever the next iteration of dual wield improvement is, because that could be truly great game breaking at some point. It's very interesting. Katana is a dagger. I don't care what anybody says.
You gotta take that one over Wild Ham.
Nope.
That's
It's Katana and Cat Claw. Katana and Cat Claw.
Claws. No, the katana is only a knife in transmog, and that is enough said about that.
The katana is only a knife when it's convenient for you.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we're not getting into the divisiveness that is the sword debate, because we could be here all night.
I would think also a good answer to your question, Oz, is that temper is also the best non-sword, because enough temper solves a lot of problem as well.
Temper and fast
not
will
wrong.
solve problems very quickly.
865 damage punch from a thief onto a fiend. Yes.
I saw it.
I love that.
Saw it.
It's
That's
a great GIF.
That is so
I mean-
good.
I mean, the other thing is, technically, Brack is not a sword either, and Brack does wonders.
Mm.
I know. It's again, we're not gonna.
It's more
We're not gonna-
accurate than Bane.
It is more accurate than Bane. Yeah, I have sat there with a Tia
More
fight
resisted than Zap most of the time.
most of the time.
Mostly.
Unless, well, liches. It's fun to zap lich. Everyone likes
Yeah.
zapping the lich. It's funny. It's fun.
It's always his birthday. You got to feed him his cake.
Also acceptable because it's
Yeah.
hilarious too. Well, gentlemen, with that, Jay, I know you're kind of still under the weather. Is there anything you'd like to add, or are we?
No, I actually did have one kind of quick question for the entire group, mostly you two here. We did have a ton of ducks joining us recently. How would you say is best to get involved in the community, in the randomizer, just in everything?
Luffy, you want to start there?
I mean, being, I would say like I'm hesitant to say, be active and say something because I lurked for 3 months before I said anything
Mhm.
either.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to say something though. Like you will be surprised at the care and the tact that a lot of people will use when trying to help you. We all came from somewhere. We all were very excited when we broke our first 2 hours on a seed. We all were very excited when we broke our first 90 minutes on a seed. We all had these moments. We all,
Mhm.
want to share them with you too. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to reach out. If you don't want to say something in a chat, PM.
Mhm.
Like shoot me a DM. Like I'm an admin for a
Agreed.
reason. Saracen is, an arbiter for a reason. Like shoot us a DM. Like we're always willing to help you guys out.
Yeah. In terms of involvement, start with the weeklies.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's so low pressure, right? Like we have the asyncs that we go, async weeklies on Thursday, the duck weeklies on Monday. Um, just play the game, have fun, ask questions, like Luffy said.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking to get really involved in the community, sign up to track.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
Mhm.
you will learn so much
So much.
Oh,
just doing tracking. Like
Yeah.
you
yep.
pay attention to things in ways that you didn't do while you were running a seed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
It,
that's sometimes crazy to realize.
it
Like
Mhm.
it can be overwhelming sometimes to think about tracking a screen like with two people, or sometimes you're on a stream with four, but you see things, you're like, and you see the way other runners play, and you use that and adapt it into your game. You take a little bit from whatever you see. So like Saracen said, working on crew, or just being at the races and talking about it. Like just these are all great things to be a part of.
yeah, if you're comfortable doing restreams, we
Yeah.
always love a restreamer. If you're
Oh
comfortable
yes.
doing comms, or if you're not comfortable doing comms, but you want to work on your public speaking skills, I
Yep.
consider this professional development. Did you know that I run an onboarding and adoption program for a community on a specific software topic?
There you go. There you go. And to that, I will also add. I mean, one of the great things is that fall league exists. If you get on a fall league team with some vets when it comes
Yeah.
around next year, it's a great way to really pick up the game. That's what happened with me. Saracen and Hate kind of came to me when I said, "Hey, I'm looking for a crew," and it's like pluck, and
Mhm.
and it was like, okay, well, these are veterans, these are long time runners, and I can learn a lot from this. And considering how things have gone after that, yeah, get involved by just you don't like join if you want to do winter tournament, do winter tournament.
Mhm.
If you don't have to do like amazing, but you're gonna be able to run the race with other people and you can watch the stream back and be like, okay, this is where they did this is where I did this, and you can compare it and you can learn so much from that. Just so
Mhm.
much from that.
Mhm.
Well, and even just being part of the crew and stuff, just hanging out afterwards in a chat with people. Even if you
Oh
don't
yeah.
say anything, but the race finishes, everyone starts talking about what they did here, what they did there, and how that all messed up. It's just some of the best times.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
there is absolutely. I'm not going to pretend that we don't have like an in group, but the in group is super easy to get into.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is.
Literally,
Yeah.
just if you show up to volunteer, it turns out that you're in the in.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the community is not what you call exclusive when it comes to
Yeah.
the in group. It's like,
Uh,
oh, you want to help? Cool, come on in. You're in.
This is where all the cool kids hang out.
yeah, and
Mhm, mhm.
and
It's true. It's true.
it has been so fun. It's 4 years that I've been in the community, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Me too. Yeah.
And sure, people come, people go, whatever, but like there is a camaraderie.
Yeah.
The other thing on the learning stuff and really picking up things. Fall League is great, yeah, but the ladder when it starts back up,
Hmm.
Oh yes.
oh boy, that
Yeah.
is That is the trial by fire that you have been looking for.
Yeah, yeah. Woobear's got some good stuff for you guys.
And Ale's flags from last season were fantastic.
Yeah, chef's kiss.
They were. You got to be really careful when he makes you some blind ones.
Yeah,
You
don't
can
trust
ask,
Ale blind
You
flag.
knew what this was.
yeah. That was. You can ask Phoenix and Darkmoon about that and how much fun they had with that one.
Oh,
That was a good night. That was a great
the
night.
most savage thing that anybody can ever do on a blind flag set is randomizing the damage on damage tiles. Like when Darkmoon told me that, I almost died inside thinking
Yeah.
about like they have no idea why they have no health at all times.
And I believe he made them lethal.
Yeah, he did.
It was good. I literally had to hijack FFR1 to broadcast that on my own. It was me tracking, me doing the comms, me doing the restreamer.
Yeah.
Question from chat: what is the ladder? Lefanian Ladder is a group that was basically, I think it's the new iteration of the Iron Goal in a sense.
Yeah.
And basically, there's an async that's done, and you race it, and you get points. And then if you have so many points, you can challenge somebody in a higher rung of the ladder. There is copper, silver, gold, and opal. So yeah, so you can challenge people and move up and down the ladder and you wager your points on them. And yeah, it's a really good time when you challenge somebody. Pretty much anything goes.
Yeah.
Like we have literally had runners do Soul Blazer randomizer for 3 hours instead of FFR.
Yeah.
Challenges are out there.
The challenges are very funny. I know that ADR was challenging with Vanilla.
Yes, I believe that was the Windfox ADR match. That was a good one.
I dropped the link in to the wiki page in there.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
it's a good time. It's a really good time. But
there's an itch to scratch for some of us that like things just like a little more
crazy,
spicy,
unique. I would say.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
Unique and spicy are really good ways to put it. So they are not something for people that first want to pick up and say, hey, what does this game do? But it's very rewarding to play them because a lot of thought and a lot of care go into crafting these, and some of them can seem absolutely impossible and relentlessly brutal, but like there's a measure of care behind everything that goes into them. So it's a very rewarding, kind of tournament to play in, and there's a lot of camaraderie there. But you get that everywhere in this community. But ladder's fun. I had to dip out of ladder the last time because of some work commitments, so I'm excited for that to start back up also.
I gotta deal with you and ladder again. Oh boy. Okay, well, the Platy party and the ladder. I'm glad I got my wins in when I did.
I am still happy that I put together blind flags. I think it was for Ale and Phoenix that they absolutely loved. That
wow.
Fantastic. And I think I put them in a Duck Weekly at one point.
That feels correct.
That's high praise.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? When you turn off the hidden flags part, then it's duck friendly all of a sudden because you at least can anticipate whatever nonsense I put in there.
Yeah,
very true.
Yeah.
Well, with that, gentlemen, we thank you once again for coming on and giving us a little chit chat about the upcoming rally. I am looking forward to watching it. I'm probably going to run the seeds myself in the background just to have fun with them because that's how I learned how to be better at the game, and I am out of practice for a lot of stuff. So
I'm sure a lot of our veteran runners are going to be doing it.
Yeah.
But I think once again, thank you very, very much both for coming on. Always a pleasure to have you guys on. It's always a good time. Jay, shall we head out to another ad break and come back with a couple of updates about what's going on in the community?
Get yourself a Wormek.
Every day, in every dungeon, countless chests are opened and treasures removed, rooms entered and items stolen. Theft is up, your GP and items are at risk. It can and will happen to you. How do you feel safe? How do you take back the power? Wormek Security Services. Wormek Security Services are now offering the well-known Sky Castle experience to you, the home user. Now your treasures can be protected by the powerful War Machine of Lore. You want thunder, you've got it. You need a Cure 4 to clean up those fiends, we can provide. For a limited time only, you get to choose the armament of your personal robot of terror. Act now and we will throw in, free of charge, Stone Touch. Your death robot will have a chance to create your own Light Warrior Garden statue. You're not going to get that anywhere else. Crime is up. Trap tiles will not cut it anymore. Peace of mind is just a nuclear away. Call Warmex Security Services and get the robot you need at the price that's right for you. Warmex Security Services not available in all areas. Company not liable for damage to property or neighbors. Not approved for protection of families or children. Do not use Warmec as a flotation device. Warranty void upon opening of the mech.
All right, we are back. So it's been so long since we've been involved in this that there's so much to go over. Obviously,
Yeah.
from the dev side of things, there are a lot of bug fixes that are currently going on in the background. Yeah, we're not. There's no release date as of yet for the 0.5 version, but don't worry, it is coming. There's still work going on in the background. If you pop into the dev channels and see what we're talking about, and look at the creativity channels and see what other people are adding to the randomizer. There's a lot going on.
Oh yeah.
We did have to make some changes for some copyright strikes for some music, which Meridian was very gracious to go in and clean up. Once again, doing great. Yeah. Other than that, Fall League has come to an end, sadly. I say I've been around for 4 years, about the same time as Saracen, and there was some tight races this year.
It was
Oh
amazing
man,
this year.
this came right down to the wire for if we're going to have a 4 or a 5 team race with Trash Island and the New Bubble Soda Co. going right down to the wire.
Well, and how dare you say Fall League is over? We still have the third place match tomorrow.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. It's not over yet.
Third place, which should have been. Anyways, I'm not getting into this. I was very disappointed that I only get to face you once, and you beat me by a second.
By 1 second.
1 second. But that leads to my next point. Wow, we had one of the tightest races in points, and
Oh yeah.
Dark Moon confirms this as our resident archivist, the closest race we have ever had in FFR history, with a literal time difference of 0.04 milliseconds. Was retimed by both myself and WinFox. It was that close.
Ridiculous.
Razor thin.
You guys said it was literally frames.
Yeah, WinFox went in frame by frame as we were the only 2 members of the committee that didn't have teams involved. We were already out, so we're like, okay, we'll do it. And yeah, it was, man, that gives you the idea of the caliber of runner that we are running in some of these races. It is insane.
Well,
Which
I know
again,
there's a lot of math going on. It's like, hey, if we get 7 points and you get 4 points, then we're all in. And now if you get 5, like, oh my, it was ridiculous.
Yep. Oh, there was so much math to be involved. And again, let's give a huge thank you and a huge shout out to the planning committee that put this all together. All those people that came and helped out, whether you were doing comms or tracking or restreaming, we appreciate every single one of you. And to the winning team, I believe it was the Merry Band of Misfits.
Yep. And I believe we're going to have them on next week, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But
we will
talk
indeed
about their experience.
We will. And again, I believe the third place match is tomorrow night, is it not?
It is. Don't remind me what time it is because I don't know.
I
just know I can make it.
It's probably not. It's probably 9 Eastern. That's what 9 Eastern FFR time. It's usually what it is.
9 or 9:30. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Going on right now though, Questing for Glory over at RPG Limit Break have their annual marathon on. And did you know, Jay, that 2 idiots have actually signed up to do a run of FFR?
I heard that 2 crazy people, one of them with laryngitis, is going to be talking.
Yes, so we will be doing, myself and Jay Scheidel, with Phoenix helping us out on the comms. We're going to be going on Thursday. It will be the last race of the night.
Yep.
I believe that is at about 10:15, I believe it was scheduled for.
That's correct.
Yeah, so come on out, join us, take a look around, enjoy. We have crafted I gave several seeds to Phoenix, and he picked one that he liked the best. So
Oh, all
You
I know
take
is
it.
he was cackling whenever he was talking to us about it. He's like, "This
Oh
is
yes,
perfect."
he was very adamant that he found the perfect seed that both does, and we've made an agreement between the two of us
Yep.
that I am running a black belt strat,
And
and
I'm
Jay
running a
can run
good
whatever,
party.
and whatever Jay can run whatever he wants. So yes, I will be running a black belt strat. So yeah, it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to introducing
Yeah.
the randomizer to more people because that's always what we like to do around here.
Well,
And
I think on our submission run, weren't we like 2 to 3 seconds apart from each other on the
it
submission
was
run?
it was close. It was very close.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I did kind of cheese the black belt strat. I
That's
still
good.
went with the black belt, but I remember I was looking for grind tiles, and it's like there's nothing to grind on here.
Right.
Nothing. And to be fair, we could also see each other running the
Oh
race.
yeah, yeah.
We won't be able to do that this time. We'll be able to talk, but we
Mhm.
won't be able to see each other run. So yeah,
Look,
I hope to.
we're going for a showcase of the randomizer, of
Yeah,
everything that's been
yeah.
displayed. Like, trust us, we're still going to be fighting each other. It's still going to be a real race, but also we want to show off.
I mean, to be fair, there's been numerous times where me and Jay have run races against each other, and it's not going to stop.
Oh no, no, you're going to lose.
It,
I
it,
mean,
okay.
I think I've only beat you
So,
twice. I deserve one.
well, we talked about this. So we also have our Archipelago crossover tournament coming up. That's right, FFR meets FFMQR. That's right, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, Canoes, Canals, and all your pals. There are still some runners in the group looking for other people to run with. So why don't you hop over there, take a look around, see maybe if you're interested or not. Yeah, it's going to be great. There's I've heard some good things about the seed that was crafted. So yeah, by all means, take a look around.
Heck
Maybe
yeah.
we can. There we go. Pull that up. So yeah, here's our AP crossover tournament. For those that don't know what AP is, it's basically a server that stands by and shuffles
Mhm.
items from both games into both games. So Mystic Quest will have some items from Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy One FFR will have items from Mystic Quest. It'll be great.
Go do it. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah. So yeah, you can sign up and look for yourself a partner. It should be a real good time. Big shout outs to our FFR dev and FFMR MQR dev Wildham for doing a lot of the work for keeping Mystic Quest Randomizer up and working. And hey, guess what we have coming up? Another FFR marathon. That's right, the Winter 2024 FFR Winter Marathon in support of Children's Health and the SC Firefighters Burn Children's Fund. It's going to be a great time. The summer marathon was a huge success in support of Liam Foundation. I really want to see everyone come out, and I can give you a little preview.
Uh-oh.
This year, oh, that's right, Canada versus US. We're coming back for you this time, America. Canada's on top because we always are. So yes, you can come out and support your whatever country you're playing on rooting for, Team Canada or Team USA. So yeah, definitely want to see people coming out to take a look at that, and especially because I happen to be part of Team Canada as a purebred Canuck. Yeah, I definitely want to see. I definitely want us to take home the trophy for that one. But I believe we're still looking for new submissions up
Yep.
until the 8th. So if you have any game you want to submit, by all means, submit it. We'll take our planning crew, fantastic planning crew. We'll take a look at it, see where we can slot you in, and you will be on your way.
Talk to your community. If there's a reason why you can't get it in by the 8th, just DM one of us or something, and we'll make sure that it gets brought to the committee and all taken care of from there. So spread the word.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it's going to be back. It's going to be back. So again, the same as always, the mailbag is pinned in our channel. If you have questions, if you have suggestions, if you want something on here, if you have an idea that you want to pitch to us, if you want to do a special, hey, the OJ Power Hour is always happy to do specials. We do enjoy doing it. But yeah, as Jay alluded to, next week we're going to have the Fall League winners on. However, we will note a change in the date. We will not be broadcasting on Tuesday. We will be actually broadcasting on Thursday next week. That's right. We have changed it up. We managed
trying to get 6 people's schedules all together.
Yeah, that's just it. It's a bit of a thing. But yes, so we are going to have the entire Fall League team on. So be prepared for that. Lots of pulp questions, lots of fun. Except for Dark Moon, he's already been on once, so he doesn't get the questions again. Also, and I alluded to this at the start of the show, I know that a lot of people are really antsy to get on the show. And normally we reserve that for winners of events or anyone who has something that they would like to plug or pitch or any specials. But we have something special coming up. Very soon in our Power Hour channel, we will be putting out an open call for our very first roundtable. Yes, that's right. We're going to have a roundtable. We're going to have two sides of an argument, and you can choose the side that you want to be on. We're only going to have so many spots open for this, so first come, first serve. We will. There's a couple of topics that we've been going over. I think we know which one we might choose for the first one because
there's a good one, yeah.
well, I think that divides both you and I as well,
yeah.
and that's a great way to put it. If you want to be on the show and you want to fight for one side or the other, this is going to be your chance. We are looking forward to this. It's our first roundtable. If it goes well, and I assume it will,
Yeah.
we'll have plenty more because there's always stuff in the community that will not necessarily divide, but they are topics of debate.
Right.
But based on that, keep an eye out for the next little bit for that channel. If you see it and you want to be involved, by all means, send either myself or Mr. Scheidel here a message, and we will see about getting you on the list. We will also update it and keep things available. So, hey, this side is full, but we're still looking for people on this side, or we're full up. Thank you for participating. We'll be back.
Yep.
But yeah, once again, we still have so much more to do. We have so much more to come with our Power Hour. It's good to be back.
Good to be back, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I'm hoping, Jay. I'm hoping you feel better real soon. Apparently, you sound better now than you did before, which is a great start. But yelling over 60 kids with laryngitis, my friend, probably not the smartest idea you've
60
done.
kids with noisemakers, come on. Yelling over one kid with a trumpet's enough.
That's a very good point. But yeah, so once again, is it even a debate? There's everything in FFR is a debate except for talking about food. That apparently is just okay on everyone's boat. But with that, Jay, we've wrapped up episode 20. We've been doing this for 20 episodes. We are we're getting very close to our anniversary.
It's
our 1 year
couple months, yeah.
Our 1 year on air anniversary is coming very soon. We'll have to do something special for that.
Wow.
another Power Hour special. We'll see what we get. But once again, I want to give a huge, huge thank you to the whole Final Fantasy Randomizer community. You guys are the reason that we are here. You guys tune in, you participate, you ask questions, you have ideas, and we're always here for it. And we're here for you guys. I am just the loudmouth of the community, and Jay is the technical expertise behind the loudmouth in the community.
We make it work.
We make it work. We make it work. And again, like I already said during our thing, you can go as far in this community as you want to go. From an individual that was, I was in the community for 4 years, and it only took me 3 years to actually decide to actually be a part of it and actually really get involved and run the derby. And from that time onward, the sky's the limit. So your results may vary. I always clarify that your results may vary, but yeah, I mean, again, huge shout out to everyone in the community, to the leadership of the community for giving us for letting us get away with this again. In 20 episodes, and
I still don't know how.
It started as a joke, and like most things in the community, if it starts as a joke, it's gonna end up. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But yeah.
Now, I think you were saying about a year ago. I think the joke was literally about a year ago.
It's coming close because it was winter tournament planning that we made the joke. I made the joke.
Yeah.
Yep. I made the joke about, oh man, it's OJ, the OJ Power Hour, and yeah, that's where it started. And from there, oh man, we snowballed. Now,
love it.
Now we're going on to Questing for Glory to present the randomizer. We got this. But yeah, I want to again thank you all for showing up. Thanks for participating. We will be back again next Thursday. There will be a ping, and funny, Fox. It's not a joke. But we will be back. We will be back next Thursday. Hopefully with Jay Scheidel with a better voice and me, just as loud as ever. But yeah, thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in. And yeah, keep an eye out for that ping or that message in our channel if you want to be involved. And for Mr. Jay Scheidel, who's still kind of recovering from his cough, and myself, your co-host with the most from the coast, Oslodo. I will say to you, I will see you next week.